Hey guys, John here with RealTruck.com. Today I want to show you how to install the AFE Stage 2 air intake onto this Chevy Silverado. As you can see here, we've got everything laid out, ready to start putting this onto our truck. It comes with everything you need to get this installed. It comes with your air box, your couplers, all your clamps, the air tube, the air filter, and all the bolts and stuff to put it together with. So the first thing we need to do is get this OE air box out of this truck. We're going to start by removing our cover for our engine. Pretty easy, just snaps right out. Then we want to remove our mass airflow sensor where it plugs in. And on that we have this special clip. These can kind of be a little bit of a booger to get out. And once those are loose, then we'll disconnect our breather tube. And also we have on the bottom down here, we have our radiator hose is attached to the hose here on a kind of a plate type of deal. We have to get that out of there. Now we can remove our air tube. Next, we're going to unclip the sensor that's on our air box and take the wire loose from that. And then we're going to remove our air box. Now we're going to remove the lower half of our air box, and you just pull up on it. It's just got clips that clip it in there. And then we're going to remove our air box plate. Now it's important to know that you need to save these bolts when we take these out, because we'll need these to reattach our new AFE air intake. Alright, now we're going to start putting our air box together. And what we want to do first is install our air filter adapter into our air box. And do that by putting it through here. Okay, and then we'll line it up and then use these button head screws to attach it. Then what we're going to do is remove our sensors from our old housing. Now, something to make note of, if you have a 2011 and newer truck, the 6.0 liters, they have this extra sensor down here, which we'll also be removing and adding to this box as well as our MAF sensor. Okay guys, as you can see on both these sensors, they have this rubber O-ring gasket. In order to get those to slide down in there a little better, what I use is just kind of silicone or something along that lines, just to make it a little bit more slippery so that it'll pop in there easier. Now remember, I was talking about the extra sensor. Well, that extra sensor is going to go right here. Alright, for our MAF sensor, we're going to put the screws back in that we took out of our stock air box. I'm just going to reuse the same screws. Remember the stock mounting plate that we took out, and I had told you to save those 4 bolts. Well, that's what we're going to use to put our new air box into the truck with. What we're going to do is just slide this down inside here. going to put these bolts back in. Okay, now we've got our new air box into the truck. The next thing we're going to do is go ahead and put our new air tube together. And we'll use this coupler that goes on here. And then once we have that on, then we will attach our couplers and our hose clamps. Now, do not tighten up these hose clamps before we get this onto the truck. I'm going to leave these loose just in case we have to move anything around a little bit. This is the breather tube that we disconnected from our factory air intake, and also has to be disconnected from the engine as well. Now what you'll need to do is you'll need to get yourself a set of these little clips, borrow them. Some part stores rent out tools. What these are like fuel line type of clips. You'll need one of those, because what you have to do is you put it in there and you push in, and then you pull this back and it releases this so that it'll come off. So you'll need that to get this off of there. Alright guys, once you have this set in here in place where you want it, you can go ahead and start tightening up these clamps. Alright, we're ready to put the air filter in. Now, just something to keep in mind, make it a little easier, is if you put the air filter in down first and then up and onto the plate inside here, it goes way easier. Alright, now we'll attach our cover. There you have it, folks. That's how easy it is to install the AFE Stage 2 air intake onto your truck. So remember, until next time, happy motoring.